Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and how would you like to earn free wargaming stuff? And all you have to do this is to take pictures of your miniatures and submit them on the MiniWarGaming store. You see, certain manufacturers won't let us use their images because they think that that's a bad idea and they took the images so they own them, which, you know, they have their right to not let us use them. It just seems kind of silly. Anyways, so we need product images though. And because there's so many Games Workshop products, we're just not able to keep up with them and get them all taken. Now we do have somebody we've hired who will be taking pictures of those products, but there's no way he'll be able to get to all of them. So we would like your help. Now you've probably already seen me talk about this before, and if you haven't, what it used to be like is you go to the product on our store, you click submit images, and there's a bee flying around right here, so watch out. And then you submit your image, and if it's approved as the main product image, you would get 100 points on our store, which is worth $1. Well, we're increasing that bounty. It is now 500 points. That's right, $5. All you have to do is upload an image. If you upload 10 images to 10 different products and they're all accepted as the main image, you just made $50 of free wargaming stuff. Well, I guess it's not free because you had to take the pictures, but you get $50 of wargaming stuff. You understand what I mean. Points can be used for anything. They can be used to pay for products, they can be used to pay for shipping, they can even be used to pay for taxes. It's basically a credit on your account. And so if you're overseas, you earn enough, just pay for the shipping with your points. You don't have to worry about shipping costs. Or you just pay for all the products with points, and then all you have to pay is the shipping cost. Or you do something in between, whatever you like. So here's how it works. In order for you to be able to submit images, you will need an account on our store. If you've purchased products from us before, whether the vault or whether in the store, you've already got an account. If you don't have an account, then you can go and register. You can go to store.miniwargaming.com/register.php. I'll put links and instructions below this video, so don't worry about that. After you have logged in, make sure you are already logged in before you go to do this. You go to the product on our store that you want to submit the image for. Once you are there, you will see a little link right below the main product image that says submit your images here, or something along those lines. Click that and follow the instructions. Basically, all you have to do is upload and then put your name in the box that you want it, how you want it to appear underneath the image, because we will actually credit you. We'll put image submitted by whatever you want. If you're a professional painting studio, feel free to put your website there, because then it'll be like image submitted by example.com or whatever it happens to be. Now, because we're offering 500 points per approved image, only if it's approved as the main product image, we're going to be very picky. So here are some guidelines in order to make sure that your picture is selected. Number 1, make it a good picture. Number 2, make it a good picture. And number 3, make it a good picture. So the question is, how do you make it a good picture? Well, let me give you some examples. But before I give you the example, here's basically what it takes. You want a pure white background. You want the image to be in focus and up close. And you want the image, or you want the product itself to be well painted. Unfortunately, if you take a good picture of a product that wasn't painted very well, we won't accept that because that'll not help our sales on our store. People will see that and be like, ugh, why do I want that miniature? Look at how ugly it is. At the same time, if it's really well painted, but it's a poor picture, we can't accept that either. So here's what you want to do. First off, use a white image or a white background. Here's an example of a good white background. Here's an example of a bad white background. Now, I'm not going to go into the details on how to do this. You can search for photography tips and all that online, because there's a lot to learn if you don't know anything at all about it. But you want a white background. Usually you need to Photoshop it in order to do that. Number 2, make sure that you are well cropped into the image. What does that mean? Well, here's an example of a good image that is cropped to the image. And here is an example of one that is not properly cropped. You can see that there's a lot of extra white space, and once that image gets shrunk down to just be the size of the product image on our store, you'll barely be able to see the image at all. And number 3, make sure it is in focus, that the entire image is in focus, not just part of it. Here's an example of an image that is in focus. And here's an example of one that is not. If you do those 3 things and the product itself is well painted, you're almost guaranteed to be selected. Now, if you go on and you see that there's already an image on the product, you don't just have to submit images to those that don't have ones. You can also submit it to ones that already have images, but you think you have a better one. Because even if we've already approved somebody's image and given them $5, if you submit an image and we then say, hey, that one's better, we will also give you $5. So we will replace the one with yours, and the other person will not lose the money that we already gave them. And you will receive an email if your image is accepted. So you'll receive an email in your inbox saying, congratulations, your image was approved, here's your $5, etc., etc. We generally try to submit or approve them within a week. So unfortunately, we can't accept emails and requests saying, hey, did you get it? Did you blah, 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 just because we'll get too many of them. So go ahead, follow the instructions below. Make sure you are registered and logged in before you attempt to do this. And thank you for your help. It'll help make our store even better, and it'll help you get some free Wargaming stuff. Why not, right? And if you're really crazy, go ahead and submit like tons of them. And just make sure, like if you're going to submit multiples for the same product, just remember that we're only going to accept one as the main image, and then the others might get accepted as additional images, but you don't make any money from those. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below. This is Matthew from MiniWarGaming.